Oprah seems like a happy and kind person, but here are the top 10 red flags about her that we should not be ignoring. First off, we have when Seal exposed her on Instagram. Just days after the Golden Globes in 2018, the singer Seal posted a meme on Instagram consisting of several photos of Oprah, including a photo in which it appears Winfrey is pushing singer Rita Ora toward the disgraced movie mogul and alleged harasser. Seal captioned the images, quote, "Oh, I forgot, that's right. You've heard the rumors, but you had no idea he was actually serially violating young actresses who in turn had no idea what they were getting into. My bad." The meme itself read, quote, "When you have been part of the problem for decades, but suddenly they all think you're the solution." When Ludacris appeared on Oprah to promote his movie Crash, he claimed she ambushed him with criticism about hip-hop lyrics instead of talking about the critically acclaimed movie that he was there to plug. In addition, he said the interview was edited in Oprah's favor. "She edited out a lot of my comments while keeping her own in," Ludacris told GQ. "Of course it's her show, but we were doing a show on racial discrimination, and she gave me a hard time as a rapper when I came on there as an actor." He added, quote, "Initially I wasn't even invited on the show, and they called the night before to tell me I could be on. So after the taping, she pulled me into a room and we had a 5-minute conversation. What I got was that by having rappers on her show, she feels like she's empowering them. It was like being at somebody's house who doesn't really want you there. It was so uncomfortable." He added that she criticized him for using the N-word in his lyrics. "I don't see why people like Chris Rock or Dave Chappelle, who I am huge fans of," he says, "it's okay for them to go on Oprah. They speak the same language as I do, but they do it through comedy, so I guess that's acceptable." Next, let's discuss Oprah shutting down an entire food industry. During the height of the mad cow scare in 1996, Oprah invited Howard Lyman, a cattle rancher turned vegetarian, onto her show to discuss controversial practices within the beef industry, including a process now banned in the US called rendering, which involves turning cow organs into feed for other cattle. While Oprah challenged some of his more outlandish statements, which included the suggestion that the disease could become as infectious as the AIDS epidemic, she exclaimed at one point that his revelations had, quote, "stopped me cold from eating another hamburger." Beef prices plunged for nearly 2 weeks after the episode aired, eventually reaching a 10-year low. In response, a group of angry cattle ranchers in Texas filed a $10 million lawsuit, claiming she defamed the entire industry. Our next story is insane and also a bit sad. It's not as if Oprah created a theory behind the best-selling self-help book The Secret, written by New Age guru Rhonda Byrne, but by promoting it on 2 episodes of her show, she may have given it a dangerous level of credence. The book's central premise, the law of attraction, is that positive thinking is the route to obtaining anything you want in life, while negative thoughts will cause bad events to occur. But when Oprah's producers received a letter from viewer Kim Tinkham, who had received a breast cancer diagnosis shortly after the shows aired, they were alarmed by how far she had taken the inspiration. Kim Tinkham wrote that she had decided to forego chemotherapy, instead choosing to follow the book's advice, literally. Oprah brought her onto the show to set her straight and urged her to not, quote, "ignore all the advantages of medical science." Kim Tinkham, who went on to follow another New Age regime, unfortunately died in December 2010. Ultimately, Oprah stood by her position that the law of attraction can affect positive change. Oprah is also known for promoting really bad medical advice on her old TV show. Oprah MD? Not exactly, but her 7 million daily viewers were fed a steady diet of health tips. While well-known guests like Dr. Oz offer sound advice on eating and fitness, the program at times is a forum for some really questionable medical claims. As Newsweek noted in a cover story, actress Jenny McCarthy has used Oprah's show to link some well-respected childhood vaccines to autism, a claim that most experts definitely dismiss. With hardly a challenge from the host, Suzanne Summers and Robin McGraw, wife of Dr. Phil McGraw, have used the show's reach to endorse hormone therapy for women, though it can also boost serious risks of heart attacks and strokes. While Oprah is careful to acknowledge both sides in medical debates, many experts fear that nuance is lost amid the adoring reception given to the latest miracle cure. Some observers also question Oprah's enthusiasm for novel cosmetic surgery procedures, which occasionally lead to really unwelcome complications. As Dr. V. Young, a plastic plastic surgeon told the New York Times if she told viewers that arsenic would make them beautiful, we'd be getting hundreds of calls from people asking us for arsenic. Oprah's also been known to promote really toxic weight loss advice. In 1988, just 2 years after the Oprah Winfrey Show was launched, the TV legend revealed during an episode of her show that she had lost a whopping 67 pounds in 4 months, thanks to an all-liquid diet. She even wheeled on stage a wagon with 67 pounds of fat on it to visually show her audience how much weight she actually lost. In reality, she later revealed that she had, quote, starved herself and messed up her metabolism, which ultimately resulted in her gaining it all back and then some pretty quickly. An anonymous guest wrote an entire article on how being featured in an episode of The Oprah Show was, quote, the worst day of her life. In the article, she writes, being on Oprah changed my perception of what I was doing for a living forever and marked the beginning of my long love affair with social media instead of regular television. The story goes like this. By 2002, she says, I had run my boutique PR firm for 6 years, helping musicians tell their stories, and I was very satisfied doing it. One fateful day, my telephone rang. It was a call from a producer at The Oprah Show. She had read an article about my mom in a magazine where my mom had mentioned her entrepreneurial daughter. Within a week, an Oprah film crew had descended. The show combined live studio and taped interviews with Gloria Steinem, among many famous guests. On the air date, Oprah opened the show by promising, quote, a revealing look at what younger women think about older women. We were told the theme of the show would be generational differences in the workplace, but what it really ended up being was the airing of my painful family struggle in front of 40 million viewers. It turned out the show was really about pitting daughters from my generation against their moms, ambitious women who were at the front lines in the battle for women's equality. There was tremendous pain for all the daughters featured. I'm not writing this to air dirty laundry, she says. I'm writing it to make a point about traditional media. Oprah's philanthropic efforts and her general spirit of giving are really well documented, but even that caught a bit of static last September when she and The Rock, with their combined net worth of well over $3 billion, asked the viewers to contribute to the Maui Wildfires while only allegedly kicking in $10 million of their own money. The comment section in their request video turned into such a dumpster fire of criticism that the comments were turned off. In Apple TV's new docuseries, The Supermodels, Cindy Crawford is reevaluating key moments from her career, including one questionable Oprah Show moment from 1986 that she now claims was, quote, so not okay. Throughout the episode in question, Crawford sat alongside her then representative, John Casablancas. Winfrey asked Cindy to stand up to give the audience a better look at her figure. Now this is what I call a body, exclaimed Oprah. The host then pitched several questions to Casablancas, her representative, who spoke on Crawford's behalf as if she wasn't even there. She's getting a sense, and I'm saying it now in this program, if she wants to, she can be #1 in the business, he said. Looking back on her experience, the fashion icon, who is one of the 4 models featured in the Apple TV series, admitted that the appearance made her feel less than. I was like a child, be seen and not heard, said Crawford in the series. When you look at it through today's eyes, Oprah's like, stand up and show me your body, show us why you're worthy of being here. In the moment, I didn't recognize it, and watching it back, I was like, oh my gosh, that was so not okay. Really, especially coming from Oprah. Despite her humble beginnings, a video began circulating online in 2022 that showed Oprah seemingly left stunned after a fan told her they couldn't afford a $100 jewelry box. The clip was shared to TikTok, and it shows someone approaching Oprah and asking for a holiday gift idea for their mom, who is, quote, not doing well. A wonderful thing is that jewelry box that I had on favorite things, she said, after some thought. A beautiful red jewelry box. That's too expensive for me, the person holding the camera interjects. No, it's not, Oprah argues, shaking her head. It's really not. It's like $100 and something. A little lower in my price budget, the person says. At this point, Oprah seemingly cannot hide her shock as she responds, lower than $100, with an amused smile on her face. That's it for today's video. Subscribe for more celeb drama.